shakers. What is a world shaker? We say this every time. Someone who impacts the world in an extraordinary fashion. Today I have a world shaker coming to you from where today?
Budapest, Hungary.
And this is one of my buddies. Tell him your name.
Stephen Kuhn is my name from Pennsylvania, but I've been living in Europe for 30 years.
Yeah, and Stephen, you have lived quite an extraordinary life. We had an opportunity to talk recently for quite a while, and we became friendly. I like you.
Yeah, I like you too. We had a great show, but it was more than a show. It was like a connection, just like you said. I loved it.
Yes, and so we're talking about world shakers today. So I'm going to ask you questions today because last time you were asking me questions.
Right.
All right. So each answer, if you don't mind, if you can make it right about 1 minute or 2 minutes long, because I'm going to rapid fire. Okay. When you were in high school, what did you dream about possibly doing for a career? Doesn't mean you did it.
Right.
What did you dream about possibly doing in high school?
Going in the military and retiring from the military.
Where did that thought come from?
Honestly, I like to say that it was because my family was always in the military since the Revolutionary War, but literally it was me just wanting to get out of where I was.
Okay.
And I thought it's structured life.
Okay. So when you thought about getting out of where you were, was it because the place where you were was not working for you? Or give us a reason. Give us a little background.
I lost at everything I ever tried as a kid. I tried every sport. I tried everything and I lost at everything I ever did. I had no self-pride, no self-belief. I hated everything that I did. I hated myself. I hated my life. And I knew the only way that I could change that was to leave and be a complete new person. But you could never change who you are in the surroundings where you are.
Okay, that's super fascinating because you don't hear many people say that. That's like almost every door you tried to open, it was closed.
Yeah.
And do you think that was closed because of your mindset or the doors really were closed?
It was my mindset. I had no belief. I tried football. I tried baseball. I tried all these social things. I tried even for the band. I mean, I sucked at everything, excuse my French. But I literally had no self-belief. As soon as I walked into a room, I said, oh, I'm lost. And I just fell to the floor basically with my pride. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything. I was literally like paralyzed.
Okay. So let me then take you to Tim Storey terminology. So then you found yourself pretty much in a setback. Yeah. And most people, when they're in a setback, they'll sit in it and they'll settle in it. Okay. So you were sitting and settling in your setback, and then give me one little breakthrough you got. You probably had one little breakthrough somewhere.
I think the one breakthrough I had was I was in a shooting competition. I lived, one of the fathers, we were married a few times. Yeah. One of the fathers had lived on the border of a shooting range, and I joined this 22 caliber 50 meter shooting. And I never shot before, but I won. The first time I ever picked up a weapon, Wow. And I was like, wow, this is like, I can do something, and I felt, whoa, it was like a sunlight in the darkness. It was incredible.
Okay. Can we just kind of take a beat on that for a minute? Because that's important. Because I think that a lot of people that are watching today, they see a lot of people that are doing well, right? And they see that they're challenged maybe in one or two areas. You're basically were telling us that it seemed like every door was closed. Every door was closed. And then you got what I call a sudden good break.
Yeah.
A break is an opportunity. And it kind of came, as you're telling me, in a way that you did not expect.
Exactly.
Okay. So then how did you then take advantage of that break?
Boom. I built on it. I built on that break in that specific skill set, and I won all kinds of awards and patches and certificates and things like that. And I realized, okay, this is actually going to help me go into the military. Yes. So I really dug in deep, and I did really well. And it actually, helped me with the mindset to get into the military and to start winning.
Okay. So for those that are coming on late to the interview, you first talked about one of the dreams you had when you were in high school was to be in the military, and then you end up in the military. So you joined the military at what age?
I joined when I was 18.
Yes. Okay.
And I left 10 days after high school.
You stayed in how long?
7.5 years.
Okay. And give me one thing the military helped train you to do or be to become the success that you are and are still becoming today.
July 1986. We just got done jogging 20 kilometers. We got to the obstacle course. I ran through the obstacle course. I was pretty bad at it. And I was still in boot camp. And I got to a wall that was leaning towards me with no rope, and we had to climb over that wall. I could not climb over that wall no matter what I tried. The drill sergeant threw me in the mud, put his foot in the back of my neck, and said, called me every name in the book. I got so upset, I exploded and jumped up and literally pranced over the wall without an effort at all. And I stopped on the other side and I said, holy shit, that was all in my head. It was all in my head. And that was the moment that I knew for the rest of my life that that's going to be my source of power whenever I hit a wall. And guess what? I don't hit walls anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
But when you say it, I believe it.
It was amazing. It was literally, I said it with mud on my face, and I looked at him and I looked at the wall, and I was just like, it was like, I literally felt like there were angels there. It literally felt like the world stopped for me.
Yeah.
I got tears in my eyes when I think about it.
No, I'm hearing you. Stephen, for the most part, when I call you a world shaker, someone who impacts the world in extraordinary fashion, are you okay with that?
I am.
So you're okay with being labeled and tagged, bam, world shaker?
I'm okay with that when it helps other people because I know that's where it comes from. World shaker doesn't mean you're famous, or it doesn't only mean you're famous or you know the right people. It means that you help people one at a time. You help influence the world where you have reach.
That's what we really hit it off a couple of weeks ago when we talked.
Yeah.
Because we're both about influence. Like today I was in Starbucks talking to a guy that was hurting. I came through the door and he recognized me. And we just started dialoguing, and I had to be from one place to the next. But I took my time to talk to him. You know why? Because he's one of God's creations.
Yep.
So that's awesome to me is influence, right?
Yeah.
So it looks to me from your career that you just started influencing people, and then it got bigger and bigger and bigger. So tell us what you do right now.
Right now, I'm a turnaround specialist. So I take businesses all over the world, and actually now recently, the last few years, also careers as single careers, and turn them around. So if they're stuck, they're plateaued, they need revenue, I can scale your business super quick. I find what you call dormant revenue in existing business structure. So you don't have to spend money to make more money. You just need to find it. It's already in your business. And I teach this in groups or one-on-one.
Okay. All right. So in just a few minutes, we're going to tell the folks that are watching, which is going to be a lot, on how they can get a hold of you. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I'm going to give you some words, and then I'm going to ask you to just say what comes to your mind when I give you the word. Okay? But take your time. We're friends. Number one, the word confident. What does to be confident or confidence mean to you?
Knowing who you are, knowing what you're capable of.
Okay. Miserable. To be miserable.
Allowing outside forces to overcome your inside power is a no-go.
Wow, wow, wow. And so it's possible to get over being miserable?
Yeah, well, it's our choice, isn't it? We choose how we react. Someone who's miserable at one thing, someone else could be happy at the same exact thing. It just depends how you look at it. We choose every reaction that we have.
Okay. Persistence. To push through. Persistence.
Right. It's how I got to where I was, I guess. How I am. I got to where I am, just kept going on, didn't stop.
Okay. Yeah. Last one. Revelation.
When the world stops, and it's only about what you just realized in that very second and how it sinks in and just becomes you.
That was powerful. I mean, I need to tweet that to Oprah. Because, she talks about the aha moment.
Right.
But the way you just said that, boom, just made sense.
Thank you.
I think that people many times have a revelation, like they'll be at a funeral and it gets quiet. right? And then people get a revelation like, oh man, I got to do something with my life. Somebody just died here.
Yeah.
Or another thing that I notice, if there's a car accident and you look at the side of the road, notice how everybody has a certain expression on their face. I'm talking about even if they're waiting for the police to come, even if somebody's not seriously hurt, there's some kind of revelation going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh my God, something really bad could happen to me, even worse. Or if something did happen really bad, bam, revelation.
I believe you're exactly right. And I think it has a lot to do with being grateful. I think at that moment, that's when most people who are conscious of what's actually happening, they say, wow, I'm so grateful for my life. And that being grateful and giving thanks for that actually leads to then more. But a lot of people just count it off as life. I was soft for a moment. I have to go back to work, and they blow it off. They just let it go away. And I think it's a huge mistake I don't want to say mistake. I want to say it's a huge chance they're missing.
Yes. Okay. 2 more questions.
Yes, sir.
What is one of your favorite achievements as an adult?
My if I may, it's my children, and it's just, I can't even describe what they mean to me. And it's not even, there's no words to put. I wake up every morning and I look at them and I tell them how fantastic they are, how amazing they are, that they can be anything they want to be. And it's just, and how much I love them and how much I'm proud of them. I just, every day.
Yeah. I said to you, take your time, but you said what was in your spirit. It's your children.
Yeah.
Again, there it is. I think, again, there's your motive. Your motive is life, giving, caring, paying it forward.
Yeah. And showing them that way.
Okay.
Showing them that way. Making sure that they have the choices that I don't want to say that I didn't have that, but a lot of people don't have, and then making sure that they understand that they don't have to go the path that society says that they're supposed to go, that they don't have to go the hard way to get the good things. Yeah. We're put here to be abundant. God didn't put us here to be miserable. We're full of joy and abundance here on this planet, and God said, go and do it. And there's no reason to be otherwise unless we let it happen and we make the decision to let it happen.
You know what? You own it. You breathe this. You walk it. You're flowing in it.
Yeah, it's what I do every day, my friend. I literally, this is my life.
I see it. I see it. It pops out your eyeballs. It's even coming through your hair. Okay. Last question. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why is it good to have more than enough in the area of finances? Because a lot of people, they're just trying to break even. But why is it better? Because you're a money guy.
Right.
Why is it better to have more than enough? Teach us.
Well, having more than enough means you can give, right? The worst thing there is someone giving who doesn't have. And that's, unfortunately, that's almost to an epidemic now. In America, we have more nonprofits than anywhere in the world, and there's more money given as donations than anywhere in the world, but we have the lowest income in the Western world. Yeah. And so there's a mismatch there. So we're trying to prove to ourselves how great we are in helping other people, but yet we're not allowing ourselves to be abundant and thrive. To be able to give to others truly, you have to have enough, more than enough to give, in my opinion. And why not? Why not? If I can, look, for me, I go, the older I get, the less I work, the more I make. That's the whole key. And the more I make and the less I work means I can spend more time doing the things I love. And that's things like this, talking with you, going out to the park, going to Starbucks, helping the man for no reason, right? No expectations, right? No expectations. Give, value. And the universe and God is great. You give what you have and you receive what you don't have back. Boom.
Love it. Joseph, one of my favorite interviews. Dropping knowledge. Not kidding. Stephen, what is the best way to say your last name?
Kuhn. It's a German name.
Kuhn.
Kuhn. Kuhn.
I really did know it was a German name because I've traveled the world.
Right.
So it's a German name.
Yes, indeed. They immigrated in the 1740s.
Yes. I love it. So Stephen Kuhn, my friend, very dapper dresser. Every time I see you, very smooth, very slick.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I may call some of my people to talk about you in the James Bond movie. We're looking for a new Bond. Probably between you and Idris Elba.
Oh, wow.
So Stephen, we like each other, man. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it.
Tell us how we can partake of what you are about, what you're doing. Give us all your information.
My website is stephen-kuhn.com. I have one course. It's called The Last Goal Setting Course You'll Ever Need. And it's all about what we just spoke about. It's about abundance. It's about creating a lifestyle around an identity that you have that has to do with your goals. You see, when most people set goals, they set goals for things. And if you want a thing, your goal should be the lifestyle around that thing, which includes massive abundance. If you want a Bentley, you don't want to save money for a Bentley. You want to have the lifestyle of a person who owns a Bentley, for instance. And this is how you create massive abundance, because all of your goals flow in one direction and are connected to each other. So that's the last goal setting course you'll ever need. And we set goals for 30 years, minimum 100 goals for 30 years. The most successful people out there, like the Bill Gateses of the world, they have over 5,000 goals that they're constantly updating.
Yes.
So the more goals you have, the more successful you are. It's just simple as that. So second course is a live, ongoing monthly membership in Facebook. It's called the Immediate Impact Revenue Program, and it's for entrepreneurs who are just starting out or who are stuck or plateaued. We help them turn them around. We have specialists coming in. You're invited to come in as well to teach. It's on Thursdays. Every Thursday we have we have Roland Fraser in there. We have Dean Graziosi coming in. We have the Dollar Beard Club. All these people that are specialists in their field come in on Thursdays. I do a hot seat.
To teach, and I will do it.
Yes, sir. Awesome. And then we have Wednesdays, the hot seat. I do the hot seat on Wednesdays. I have a special forces veteran who's 30 years old, incredible guy, teaches high velocity mindset on Tuesdays. And on Fridays, we have the business body mindset, which is how to keep yourself healthy and keeping yourself wealthy, because you have a 40% higher chance of being wealthy if you're healthy. Most people don't know that.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Stephen Kuhn, my guest today on World Shakers. He is a world shaker, and I appreciate who you are.
I appreciate you too, Tim. I really appreciate this opportunity as well. And always seeing you face to face, always a pleasure too.
Life is good.
Life is good.